What's up, y'all? 10K, man. Wasim, breathing better. Before I get into it, though, you guys see the title of the video. I just wanted to give y'all a quick shout out. I want to keep doing these videos, so make sure you drop a like. Before I get started here, I'm gonna give y'all 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. I appreciate the like. But yeah, man, I've noticed myself getting distracted way too much recently, right? And not just recently, but ever since I got one of these, the iPhone, right? Ever since I got an iPhone, or just like a smartphone in general, it's been so easy to get distracted. And I just wanted to make this video to like highlight some of how powerful I could have been, or how powerful I can be if I'm on airplane mode, or if I'm on even do not disturb, or if I just put my phone under my bed, or like under the pillow. There's been times literally I'm trying to read a book and the book isn't catching my attention enough, even though it's a book that I picked up, that I bought, and that I want to read and sit down and read. But like, I'm just so used to the colors on the screen, the apps going left and right, just popping up, and notifications and all this shit, that it just seems more engaging to pick up my phone for this mental stimulation that I know is garbage. It's not actually helping me in any way. While the book, on the other hand, if it's a good book, you know, if I can learn something from it, then I know that I'll learn so much more from spending 30 minutes reading, or just doing anything that isn't a distraction that I actually like dedicate some time to, right? And you know, I think, like I said when I first started this video, I know I can be very powerful if I'm like able to manage my time a lot better, and you know, stay off the phone and stay undistracted, just lock in, right? So if you don't have any purpose in your day, right, I know you guys can relate. You just tend to pick up your phone, you start scrolling on Instagram, Twitter, you just start, you know, just looking at your screen. Even if there's nothing on your screen, you'd rather just stare at your screen than like look around the sky and like the people around you, and look at other people's faces and like start conversations. I think it's a defense mechanism. I think it's like a fidget, you know, like instead of just wanting to fidget, you know, you have like something to lock into and just look at and distract you, really. And then I want to tie this into my work life, right? I know right now you probably are thinking of some shit that you need to do, right? Now, all that thinking, all that stuff that you have to do, right? You have to set a time to get it done, or else it might not get done. Especially if you want it to be done proactively and confidently, and you want it to be done well, right? So I've had a tendency of procrastinating a lot, you know, scrolling, getting the dopamine hits just before the deadline hits, and then I gotta scramble and get my work done. And as much as I like to say I can get shit done under pressure, and I do feel like that's true, that's not the ideal place that I want to be working from. I want to optimize my time. I want to make sure that everything I want to do is done before I go to bed, right? So that's why I'm an advocate for airplane mode, right? I just need to turn my phone off, or even just put it in a whole different room. Like, I could be, like I said, reading a book, just to use the same example, and if my phone is like within reaching distance, within arm's length, then my tendency to just grab it when I lose attention in the book is so fast and immediate. It's fucking crazy, and I need to stop. I don't know how, I don't know what it is, but it's just addicting. And I know that I'm not the only one who goes through this. I know this is like a generational issue, but I'm just here to talk about it, bring it to light, because even right now you're probably watching this on your phone, and then who knows what you're gonna do after this video. Hopefully this inspires you to, like, you know, be more aware of your surroundings, dedicate some time to just take a break, and, you know, just focus on the real life instead of focusing on social media and shit on your phone, right? So with that being said, my job, right, they have a super strict schedule, and most jobs do, right? I have a call block that I can only do calls in. I have an individual learning time that I'm only supposed to be working on my videos, right? And then there's a lunch break, 30 minutes every day. Lunch. This is my time where I get to do whatever I want. It's a break. and then I have meetings, and these are all scheduled, and I know how my day is gonna look ahead of time, right? So what this does, it allows me to optimize the time that I do have. So what I'm challenging you guys and myself to do is to make this type of schedule outside of work, right? Imagine you're at home scrolling, you have no plans for the day, which is good. Sometimes you do need that time just to relax, but it doesn't have to be on your phone, right? You can go check out the local, like nearby, like mom and pop shops down the street. You can just go for a walk, you can go for a drive, you can do something creative, you can draw, you can write, you can read. Instead of, those are all relaxing in my opinion, like, you know, just spending quality time with yourself to learn yourself a bit more and your surroundings that don't involve your phone, right? So I just want us to have a set time where that we can sit down and create a schedule for our time outside of work, because I know there's times that, you know, you should be working on a resume, for example, right? There's some times that you want to be applying to jobs. There's some times that you need a break in those. I'm not saying don't take breaks, but make sure your breaks are more regulated and that you're more aware of what you're doing on these breaks. And then airplane mode, I think that's a great way. I think life is better on airplane mode personally. You get your shit done from, like, at least spend the first hour of your day on airplane mode if possible. You know, no one needs to call you at 7 a.m. unless it's an emergency, of course, but you know, how often does that happen? So, you know, just something to think about. And I know that you can reach like superhuman strength and focus. Like, just lock in. I know you can do that as soon as you go on airplane mode, because there's no distractions, right? You might have some games on your phone that you could play without data. Delete those. I'm trying to tell you, man, get those out your system, get those out your life. I want you to either be working or taking an active break, like a scheduled break, because all the stuff in between, like even scrolling on Instagram while I'm at work, detrimental, because I'm half-assing both, right? I'm not fully working, and I'm not even fully engaged on Instagram, which is dumb, because like you're literally just scrolling just to scroll, right? You're not even looking at the content, you're not learning anything. Like, even if I do scroll by something that is powerful and that I could learn from, who knows? Like, I might look at it for a couple seconds, be like, okay, that's cool, save it for later, maybe. And who knows when I'm looking back at that, right? So like I'm saying, even if you spend 15 minutes intentionally on Instagram trying to learn something, because that's people love saying that, oh, I'm this is part of my business. I'm using this to learn something new, right? Or I'm on LinkedIn or some shit. It's all social media. It's all a warp. You're mixing up like what's real and what's not, and then, you know, you don't, it's not productive. So I just want us to be productive with our time, and, you know, take scheduled breaks, make sure our breaks are full of productivity, or not. I guess your breaks don't have to be productive, but in a sense they are, because you're taking a break to keep going, to keep working, right? I just don't want you guys mindlessly scrolling like I am. And this is all coming from a place that I've personally experienced. I'm not perfect. I've definitely gone through some shit where I'm like, okay, I know I've spent an hour scrolling on YouTube when I know that I should have been even sleeping, right? Even sleep is more important than scrolling. And we all know this. I'd rather you take a 30-minute nap or an hour nap in the middle of the day and replace that with Instagram. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I appreciate the likes on this video. Let's keep those coming. Make sure you subscribe. 10K Kwesi, coming different, breathe better, coming different. I just started an Instagram too. I'm gonna link that in the description, and I'm gonna fuck with y'all later. Thanks.